They're great. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the ONOG 2016 circuit. This is the open number 2, and we are about to jump into the second match of the day. So the second match of the round of 4 between LBYS and Kingpin. Once again, I'm TJ, joined by Meme Lord Alpha Prime Chalky _HS.
Sure.
We saw the guy that beat me just lose to the guy that beat you.
No, the other way around.
Just beat the guy that beat you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I meant.
So clearly,
what I'm trying to
you're
say
better than
is
me.
I made it further in
okay.
the tournament than you did.
So basically, in like the 5th to 8th placing, you were 5th.
Yes, exactly.
And I was
Exactly.
like 7th.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put
All
that
right,
on
TJ.
my
Whatever helps you sleep, dude.
gonna go ahead and put that on my Twitter and also post it at the bottom of my Twitch page. Top 5.
Yeah. In card games, people would do that. By the way, like you would finish top 8, and you'd be like, "I got 5th at nationals."
Or in matches where they don't have a third, fourth place.
Yeah, there's no third place. You're like, "I got 3rd."
Third, exactly. And you go look at two people's Twitch page, you're like, you both got 3rd.
Yeah.
Like 2 people got 3rd at, I don't know.
And then when you actually did get 3rd, people just wouldn't believe you. You're like, no, there was a 3rd place match, I swear.
Yeah. Well, both of these guys that are going to play in this next match still have a chance to get first. Maybe to the round of 4. And interesting stories for both these players. LBYS, he does well in a lot of opens. He's played in, I'm pretty sure, like every single Geico event. Every single.
Plays a lot of Hearthstone.
He does play a lot of Hearthstone, and he plays a lot of aggro, which is, a quality that I respect in a lot of people. And Kingpawn, he comes from a completely different background. Kingpawn's a player who likes to play in tournaments, but he doesn't like to play ladder that much. He hasn't hit legend rank. He says that he doesn't really have the time or the energy to play ladder that often every season. But he's done pretty well. He beat some pretty big names at the Open. He beat Muzzy and Jab, I think. Muzzy and Jab, yeah. So he's the Hearthlytic Slayer.
Ooh.
And no team. So it's a pretty cool story.
Yeah, I mean, just goes to show, really, these open tournaments are purely open. Anyone can play. Anyone can win. You don't need a team. You don't need that much experience. So if you're kind of at home and you're ever thinking like, man, how do these Hearthstone players get where they are? It's like you just jump in and play.
Yeah.
That is how literally everyone starts their Hearthstone, is like you play open tournaments and one day maybe you find yourself winning a lot.
Yeah.
So who knows? Could be the start of something here. But Kingpawn definitely has a lot to prove here. LBYS pretty much just looking to hold down the fort and qualify again. Like he qualified for Premier tournaments last year, and he actually said he's running the exact same Hunter list as he ran last year. So TGT, not too kind to Hunters, as I'm sure everyone knows.
Yep.
Of course, not going to stop him, though. Still playing it.
Still playing it. And there's some interesting inclusions in there. It's sort of like a hybrid list. With like Stranglethorn Tigers instead of High Mains.
Yeah, he says, Tiger better than High Main, not even close. That is his analysis on the subject.
All right, buddy.
We'll take his word for it. We'll see how it pans out.
All right. Well, first matchup is going to be Priest for Kingpawn and Secret Paladin for LBYS. And I really like the Priest in this matchup. I think Priest is.
If you're gonna play Priest, this is probably a matchup you want.
Yeah, a lot of board sweeps. Usually, when you sweep the board once, Secret Paladins run out of steam. You sweep the board twice, Secret Paladins have nothing left. So, pretty good deck. His curve is decent. Starts with a Zombie Chow. Could use some supportive spells, but definitely where he wants to start.
Yeah. Now, Priest is the lowest win rate class that we've seen in preliminaries for regionals so far, so not that great of stats, but like I said, if there's going to be a deck it's good against, it's Paladin. And so queuing this matchup first was pretty fortunate for him.
Yeah. I like LBYS's. He's grown out his hair a little bit from last season. He's rocking like the emo look.
Yeah.
It's funny.
He's got it like, he's got it like purposely in front of his eyes. That way he can kind of brush it down, brush it up.
And he likes to play aggro decks. I only go face because that's where the emotions are.
Let me think.
Wow.
It's actually a tough turn.
Yeah, I mean, the zombie chow on turn 1, we even saw turn 1, he did nothing. And I think that was probably correct. I mean, he's really just looking to make sure he doesn't give the priest any free trades. If you play Minibot, they trade into it and heal their zombie chow up, and that's free. If you play Juggler, you kill it, and that's free. And LBYS looks a little relieved here because he's going to get this Keeper down, and he's going to be able to bust through the Death Lord and hopefully get something nice off of it.
Tyrion, here it comes.
This is kind of like the swing turn he was looking for. Ooh, not quite Tyrion.
Quite the opposite, in fact.
Well, it could be worse. Could be Secret Keeper. That is the only card that would be worse here.
Yeah, that's true. But, being able to just deal with that Death Lord. Death Lords can snowball games.
Oh, easily. Especially if the priest has, like, Velen's Chosen or Power and Shield.
Look at that production value.
Look at this overlay!
That's incredible.
Wow. There's some guy in the chat, he's like, but I wanted to see how much mana LBYS had.
We can't have everything, man.
So, these aren't very good options, though.
Yeah.
I think you take Egg, because you're going into, like, an Akanai Circle turn. So, that's actually really nice. Yeah, he's going to decide to do that as well. He could have also healed this turn, but I like this a lot better. I think this sets up for your Akanai Circle. And
use the Skeleton Knight for the infinite value, though.
Yeah, but when are you ever really going to stick that? I think he's just looking for proactive stuff.
on 6.
I feel like LBYS kind of looked at that egg and he's like, oh, God. He has Akanai Circle.
Yeah,
and he's looking at his hand and he's like, but I have nothing to do against that.
Yeah, Shredder is probably the best option in that case, but
and you'd want to trade then, but
yeah,
your trading isn't that great.
Come on, man, you're not a fan of Skeleton Knight?
I am actually. I have a golden one.
They call it the other Dr. Six.
I've got a golden Skeleton Knight, and I haven't disenchanted it because it holds a special value in my heart.
Yeah, same thing with me and my golden siege engines.
I'm just holding out for the standard format rebalance when they just make him the new Dr. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
He's just busted. You're like, man, now I have to craft a Skeleton Knight. This new format sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, ha, already got my golden one.
Yeah. Yeah. So this was the play that I was expecting. Plays around Akanai Circle a little bit, because you guarantee that you're going to be left with something at the end of the day. But, Kingpawn's hand is just pretty sick. Doomsayer!
Ooh,
oh, no,
that's
man.
insane.
I saw Kingpin's reaction before the Doomsayer popped out, so I'm like, either that's Millhouse Mana Storm or Doomsayer.
Yeah, Millhouse would be not even close to as good because of the Wild Pyromancer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's really good because it keeps LBYS in this game, like, a lot. But, I mean, the Priest still has options. LBYS's hand is really strong, though.
I think that just, turned it around, though. I mean...
Yeah, oh, easily. Yeah, it took him from, a slight underdog to, oh, God, with these draws, a huge favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, and he hits, the perfect juggle. There's not... I mean, he's got Wild Pyro, Death.
Light Bomb is going to be what he needs here.
He's going to need, multiple Light Bombs.
Okay.
I think you save the Entomb.
Yeah, but that's going to be great for Tyrion.
Yeah.
That's Entomb is probably the best removal in the game. Because not only is it a hard... Are you going to disagree?
Yeah, I am.
best single target removal in the game. Not only doesn't proc death rattles.
Hex would be better here.
No, because then
Po-
Hex you still have to deal with the taunt. Hex is also a beast, so it activates kill
But
command.
it's 3 mana cheaper, dude. Entomb is expensive, man. Recycle's not very good.
But you don't get a Tyrion in your hand that you can top deck later.
Yeah, I understand, but like that usually doesn't matter.
All right, we'll continue this.
It's usually just the removal that
We'll
matters.
continue this conversation later, but as it stands right now,
I mean, listen, TJ, you might be a better Hearthstone player than me.
Yeah, I got 5th. When OG circuit number 2.
Well, so he's gonna use it here because if you death, I don't know, how does the interaction work? Like when you pyro death, does it kill it, then get redemptioned, and then pyromancer procs? I actually don't play enough priest.
I think it comes after.
Well, we're gonna find out because that's his play this turn.
Wouldn't that fall in the order of play category?
I think it's pyro, then you death, then the thing dies, then the secrets activate, then pyro activates, because the pyro activates after the spell is resolved entirely. Yeah. That's how it works, because when you kill a Death Lord with the spell with pyro out, the minion gets pulled first. So.
And secrets are first priority other than death rattles that were played first.
Yeah. So I don't think there's any way that like the knife juggle can screw it up. So it should kill the boom, and then the boom gets rezzed, and then the Avenge falls. Well, the Avenge falls before the boom.
Yeah, because secrets first.
So, it's going to save a Boombot, which is he's okay with, I think. I mean, he'd rather it save a Boombot than save a Juggler.
Yeah.
And this is, about what he wanted to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty perfect, I'd say. And it's just going to leave 6 power on the board, but there's a little more to deal with.
Second and 2. Here we go.
See, he's kind of just laughing at it. Oh, it looks like he laughed at his top deck. Yeah, I was like, I think he got it.
Hello. Imagine if that was Hex, he'd still have to get through the. Oh no, the Wild Power would kill it. Wild Power is not helping my argument.
Hex, #1 card, and then he could heal, TJ. Then he could heal.
I'm just waiting for the point in this game
when he top decks
Tyrion.
Yeah, I know.
And wins because of it.
Well, LBYS is still pretty ahead.
Yeah. Circle of Healing, not the best card to have.
So,
it's the only card in your hand.
Kingpawn's like a Holy Nova away.
Who am I?
Your argument's not coming in because I don't think a 6/6 for 6 is very good here. I'd rather top deck a priest card, to be honest, and that's saying something.
Are there any priest cards that can put secrets in your deck?
Well, you could no.
I'm trying to think. There's no interactions that put a secret in your deck.
What would you have to do? You'd have to do some crazy stuff.
I don't think so. I don't think there is.
Because the only stuff that can put stuff into your deck is minions, right?
Yeah. And there's no like.
There's got to be some way, dude.
No, at least Starseeker only puts minions, and there's not even a legendary secret. Even if there was, it wouldn't come out because it's minions. Mind Vision, no. Thought Steal, no. Puts in the hand.
Checkmate, TJ. Speaking of checkmate,
yeah, that's game.
Kingpawn's dead. Yeah. So despite
to be fair, it would have been this exact same outcome if Entombs were hexes.
Well, no, because he could have drawn.
No, because his next card.
Not the Mysterious Challenger.
No, Mysterious Challenge was the best card to contest the board.
But then, what if he drew Holy Nova that next turn?
That wasn't his next card, though.
Or what if it was the next card? He was still in the game.
It was Tyrion. Alright.
Alright, so we want to run 1 Hex, 1 and 2, right? Like,
yes.
Happy medium.
Yeah, there we go. Alright, well, LBYS takes first game. Really fortunate, though. That could have gone much more poorly if the Doomsayer didn't come out of the Shredder, but, that's the risk you take when you put Shredders in your deck.
Well, his opponent put a Shredder in his deck.
That's the risk you take when you kill Shredders.
That's the risk when you play Hearthstone, I guess.
Yeah.
Good thing that card's going away.
I think LBYS has Zoo, correct?
He does. I don't know this. I'm just saying he does.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Judging by
he's a
LBYS.
dirty Zoo player, man. I played against him last week, and this was his exact lineup. So yeah, I would say it's most certainly Zoo.
I've been talking with a lot of pros and people that are participating in the North American Winter Prelims in a week, and I've heard from 4 separate players almost the exact same quote. One of them is you, that Zoo is the strongest deck in the game.
It is. In
And
fact, there's like proof to back that up.
yeah, but I mean, there's still some things that are like subjective.
To
Like
be
it's
fair,
a bit like the meta could change really quickly.
right.
That could
The
make the
proof
stats irrelevant.
the
But
proof is along the same lines as the proof that said Patron wasn't overpowered. So it's definitely you have to take some things into consideration when you
Yeah.
look at hard numbers. But basically in Legend rank, among all Legend rank players forever in the history of Hearthstone, Zoo is the best deck.
mhm. Yeah, and it's stuck around for a long time.
Yeah, if you can think of decks that have been around literally forever, there's not too many. I mean, there's like Control Warrior, there's Zoo, there's not that many more. There's Druid, but even that we kind of had to figure out.
Yeah, and Druid's been through so many changes.
Has it?
Yeah, it used to not run combo.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Once you figured out combo, though, like when you
Yeah,
make a Druid deck,
nowadays you
you know
can
when
literally
you
just
make
put.
when you make a Druid deck and you're like you put in the same 20 class cards every time.
Yeah. And then
There's
you can
literally
literally
20
autofill your deck after that, and you'll still probably have a little over 50% win rate.
Sick.
Sick.
Do you remember when Shredder came out and people were still playing Yeti and they were like, "Nah, I think Yeti's better."
Yeah. Oh, 4-3. How does it do with Belcher?
Like, hey, I'd rather have the Yeti.
Yeah.
All right, well, a Deathlord challenges what LBYS has. He's thinking about whether he trusts in this Elven Archer. He just needs to hit one juggle for the Elven Archer to break through, but then you kind of have the question of, do you even want to trade in twice anyway? Like,
Yeah.
do you want to trade in both your 3/2s?
Mm-hmm. It's tough. Oh, wow. That's actually a really good
Oh, that's
buff there for
insane,
the Young
yeah.
Priestess. What's the buff called from the Young Priestess? Can we
Is
get... Do we have a spectator that can mouse over
is
the
it-
knife juggler to look at the name of the buff?
It's something to do with the loon, I think. I think it's like Blessing of a Loon, maybe.
Hmm.
I'm just guessing here, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna Google it if we can't get a scroll over, but
All right.
first I'm gonna see what comes out of this Deathlord.
But yeah, another point that I was going to make about the strength of Zoo is they actually got a little bit of help in League of Explorers also with Dark Peddler, which is a fantastic card. As we can see, Young Priestess could have been the difference between, or was the difference between this Knife Juggler being able to survive and not, and the Young Priestess only able to be played because of Dark Peddler. Cards like Brand Bronzebeard, which, isn't played in all lists, but it's played in a lot of Zoo lists, makes Defender of Argus, Abusive Sergeant, Dark Iron Dwarf, Gormok the Impaler.
All right, I've got the name. It's Elun's Grace.
Wow, you were right. Okay.
So I was right, sort of. Yeah.
Okay. Production value, Craiggasm.
My favorite name of a buff is just Hobgoblins. You know what that one is?
What is it?
It's all capped. Here, take buff.
I never even knew that. Oh,
I
man.
imagine the person that does that at Blizzard probably just that's not their entire job. But
No, that's their
probably,
entire job.
they just sit there all day
They
like,
have one developer whose only job is you make the name of the buffs.
yeah, actually, what they do is basically all the people on the Hearthstone team kind of have some side jobs, so they just get to do some stuff Reels works on the balance team. He's a friend of mine, and he's the guy that makes the decks for the bosses. So when you do an adventure and you're like, man, this guy's deck is overpowered, or this guy's deck sucks, it's because Reels made it.
Yeah, Reels used to be, for people that don't know him, he was a professional World of Warcraft player, 3v3, and then he was a professional Hearthstone player for a while. And he was one of my favorite streamers. And now he's at Blizzard, you don't get to see much of him anymore. But it's cool to have people that you can trust on the balance team.
Yeah.
Or the design team, I guess. I think he's on design.
I know a lot of the guys on the Blizzard team for Hearthstone. They're great guys, and it's good to know, like you said, that the people making the game, care about the game.
Mhm.
But is he just dead? It looks like he's just dead.
I think he's just dead.
He has,
Yeah.
he has to heal.
Even
He has
even with
to heal.
Lotheb, or even without Lotheb, it would have been a tough win without hard removal or without AoE
Yeah.
here.
I mean, he actually didn't have a spell here to play, but
Yeah.
it blocked out Auchenai Circle, it blocked out Holy Nova, and yeah, he's not going to heal.
Hmm.
So, power Argus is exact. And just in case it wasn't,
Here's a Doom card for you.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is one of the weaknesses of Priest, and one of the reasons why a lot of people don't like bringing Priest in tournament environments, because sometimes you just draw nothing.
A lot of the time you draw nothing.
Yeah,
Let's
but
put an asterisk
sometimes you draw nothing and then don't get board sweeps. Like a lot of times with Priest, you can draw nothing and then get board sweeps.
Well,
then
and
come
as
back.
we saw in game 1, sometimes you get your board sweeps, but there's like this period of weakness where you don't do anything.
Yeah,
You sweep their board, you pass, they get a turn to play. You sweep their board again, they get another turn to play. You entomb their guy, they get another turn to play. And basically, if ever you don't have your perfect response, you're behind again.
yeah.
So it's not in that strong of a spot right now. I think everyone would admit that. In Conquest, I think it has a small spot of if you really want an anti-aggro lineup, but
Yeah.
I mean, the numbers just really don't make sense to play it in Conquest. I think it's more of a personal choice. You'll still see like Zed a lot, and the Priest players all playing Priest still.
Yeah, but
And
it takes
Kingpawn's
them.
gonna stick with it.
It takes them like 2 weeks longer to get legend than every other player. So Priest is the only deck that I don't have golden, and I just can't bring myself to start playing ranked with it.
Yeah, it's the same with me, except Priest is the only thing I don't have level 60 with.
You couldn't even make a full golden patron because you don't have no mission banners.
Yeah, I don't have those yet. I recently got my Shattered Sun Clerics though, so if I ever travel back in time to play Zoo,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
fine.
All right. Well, here's the LBYS special, the Hunter deck. Stranglethorn Tigers, as Chucky mentioned earlier, strictly, or what did he say? There's a quote that he says all the time.
He says it's not even close.
Tiger is better than Highmane, not even close. So
Now, against Priest, I kind of don't agree with that, but
yeah,
it can't be entombed, so that's a plus, but it can be light bombed,
yes,
and it doesn't leave around 2/2s when it gets light
yeah.
bombed. So it's certainly worse.
No, it's certainly
half the
better
scenarios.
to play around the best removal in the game.
Again, Hex would be better. Well, against Houndmaster, okay. The plot thickens here. But, yeah, for this turn, though, looks like LBYS definitely thinking about his options. I think I would not mind just trading and playing the other Leper Gnome. Looks like he's considering Freezing Trap, but I feel like that card gets better.
Yeah.
I guess he disagrees.
See, the thing about Freezing Trap is Museum Curator for 4 mana later on in the game could give your opponent an out.
Yeah, it could. I don't think you mind too much. It's basically
Yeah.
like playing a worse Arcane Shot here. Arcane Shot would be just better in this situation. And the bad part about it is now this happens. And now Freezing Trap just kind of gets worse and worse. Maybe
Yeah.
he was thinking he's kind of like bluffing Snake Trap here. But if it was a bluff, Kingpawn just kind of didn't fall for it.
Wait. So we're going to go back in time to the conundrum of, can you put secrets in a priest deck? Can you gang up an Ethereal Conjurer and get a secret?
Do you have
What?
the artifact?
Yeah, but then it doesn't go into your
Can you
deck.
can you Thought Steal gang up and have a rogue play an Ethereal Conjurer and get a secret? No,
yeah,
then it
but
doesn't
then
go in
the
your deck.
secret's not in your deck.
Can you gang up anything to get a secret? No?
No, they're all minions. You're so sad about this.
I really am.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, well, we can blame my tangent there on Kevin Monkdong, who just randomly blurted out in chat, "Gang up."
Gang
So
up. Hmm.
then he realized that that was wrong at the same time that I realized that that was
See,
wrong. So
but I feel like going back to the freezing trap, it's better here, right? Like now it could contest a 3-5.
yeah, um,
So yeah, I guess like my logic for freezing on 2 would be bluffing a snake. But even then, how good is it if your opponent just doesn't attack?
Jockey, look at that shredder placement.
Let me take a quick peek. Well, you could argue.
Here we go. Here we
No,
go.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. Hey man, you never know when your Leopardome's gonna get buffed by Flame Totem and double
Yeah.
abusive then BGH'd.
It's really funny. It's hard to think of anything in the game that can improve your Hearthstone quote unquote mechanics than putting Pilot Shredder in the middle. It's usually
And
the
there's
only thing they
still
can
some
point out
players that just never do.
that just like slam it on the left every time.
They're
And
just like,
so
who cares?
there's one exception though for people. Shamans, it's better to put it on the left because you're more likely, if you run Flame Tongue Totem, because you're more likely to draw a Flame Tongue Totem from your deck than you are to get a Flame Tongue Totem or a Direwolf from your Paladin Shredder.
Well, it all depends, but yeah.
But Shaman is the only one where you can argue that maybe it's okay to put your Paladin Shredder on the left.
Yeah, the left is usually pretty bad unless you're worried about Death Rattle sequencing.
Yeah.
The right
Someone injured?
is often the best because of like summoning spells like Force of Nature, Unleash.
Mhm.
And the middle is your general all-purpose. If I get a Direwolf or Flame Tongue, this is the best.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it just dropped a Frostwolf Crown. Whoa, that's a lot of damage.
That's 15 damage.
Think
You just
it's
go for
doing
it.
it.
Yeah, because next turn you have Quick Shot.
There's an interesting question though. Do you ever like pace yourself and weave in the hero power? Looks like he says nah. And this is gonna set up lethal for sure.
Well, there's a flash
He's
heal.
got a flash heal, yeah. So, but in his mind, that's what he's going for here.
Yeah.
He's just like, just in this game already.
So flash heal, and then wow, actually, this is quite a bit off.
I like how LBYS looked kind of like disgusted that he had flash heal. Like, dude, you had double kill command.
You did 15 damage to your opponent's face on turn 6.
Right, so now we're gonna start weaving in hero powers.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I wonder if there could have been like a concealed lethal here. Because I feel like if he didn't push so hard, maybe Kingpawn would have fallen into the trap of like Akanai flash heal.
so if he would have had to, would he have left his Stranglethorn Tiger stealth? Okay, so if he had just used one kill command hero power and Stranglethorn Tiger, you would have put him at 4. I still think that's enough threat to where you would flash heal 100%.
Yeah, if you do that.
And then you've revealed your Stranglethorn
Well, you
Tiger,
put
so
him
your
at-
second
put
kill
him at
command is no longer
6.
activated.
Put him at 6. Yeah.
Oh, with the hero power weave, though. So it'd be.
Oh, yeah. He'd be at 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
He
right,
did-
well, somehow Fairy Dragon's going to get there. I wasn't even, like, looking, but
Yeah.
Fairy Dragon wins the game.
Yeah. And
So-
that's a 3-0 for LBYS. Kingpawn played Priest all 3 times.
Yeah!
Lost all 3 games.
We're going to get to see another series with Kingpawn coming up for 3rd place. Maybe he can redeem his Priest there.
Yeah, and I actually think his Priest lines up pretty nicely against Astrogation's lineup, who's playing in the 3rd place match. Priest does really well against Patron.
Definitely, it's good against Patron. It's okay against Zoo.
Mhm.
And it's good against Secret Paladin, I guess. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, if you look at LBYS's lineup, you think the same thing, right? You're like, Priest is okay against this, and then this happens.
This happens.
Listen, man, I hate to just knock down the Priest deck, but it is literally the worst class. So,
Yeah.
what can you do? Good to see somebody bringing it out and doing well with it, but
Yeah.
for now, his run for 1st is going to end. He can still get 3rd, pick up some extra money, pick up some extra Geico points.
Oh, those premium Geico points. Mwah. Beautiful.
Wonderful.
Love those Geico points. But if you guys want your chance to get some Geico points, you can head over to geico.onog.gg. That's all the information for the tournament for upcoming opens. If you go like to the top right of the page and click like sign up, it'll bring you to a page that shows you when the next tournament is. I think that's how it was last week, so I'm guessing it's the same thing. Also, on that website, if you sign up and enter in to get a quote from Geico, you also get entered in for a sweepstakes to win an Alienware PC. Alienware, of course, one of the sponsors helping us bring you these tournaments, and so that's pretty cool. It also helps us help support the tournament and shows Geico that you guys are invested in these opens and are interested in them doing more. So really helps us out. So during the break, make sure you guys head over there and do that. But third place match is up next. But like I said, we are going to go to a quick commercial break before that happens. It's going to be between Kingpawn and Astrogation. So don't go anywhere, guys. More ONOG 2016 circuit continues right after this.